I think number one on the to-do list for any incoming president is pretty obvious. It goes back to the slogan that President Clinton had on the wall of his campaign office all those years ago, which was, "It's the economy, stupid." And the economy, even more now than it was in the 1990s when he said that. Obama has struggled and struggled over the past 4 years in order to get the economy right, and obviously Americans are still feeling the pain, and that is obviously the most important thing that any incoming president would have to deal with. I think what is really interesting for me in this current campaign is that according to the polls at the moment, the gender gap between female support is wider than it has ever been between candidates. And that is that women hugely prefer Obama. And Romney has done himself no favours in that, because in the second debate, he made that sort of ridiculous comment about binders full of women when he was governor of Massachusetts. But I think it's really interesting now that he's falling over backwards and not succeeding in trying to get the female vote. And whereas this is something that Obama clearly has managed to do pretty well. But it remains to be seen whether that's going to be sufficient for Obama. But it's really interesting that it's, today, when you would have thought that the women are being taken more seriously by the Republicans, they're not, and it's led to this huge divergence in preferences. The TV debates have always been absolutely crucial in American elections, going right back to when they began in 1960, when effectively Richard Nixon lost the election against John Kennedy on his performance in the debate that year in Chicago. And I think this year the Obama-Romney debates are probably more key than they've been in many other elections, because it's such a very tight contest. So they really brought the contest alive, these three debates, and pretty much, I think, will have influenced enough people so that maybe the whole election will be turning on them. And that's very interesting for us to watch, because we've only done this once in the UK, had debates in the election, and they were fascinating in 2010, and they did make some difference. I mean, they certainly put Nick Clegg in a position that he wouldn't be in today if there hadn't been a debate, is my view. So I think it's very interesting for us, as we're in our kind of early stages in our political communication of using debates, watching how this is unravelling at the moment in the United States.